We are still holding a new system neutral open gaming license. It will be owned by a non-profit, not by single, and will forever be reviewed. Other publishers like Cobble Press and Legendary Games have joined the effort. Wizards of the Coast will complete radio silence for over. Well, the PR team was rapidly responsive. I mean, it came in obviously, but it's pretty much what they probably expected. Backtrack after they realized how bad it is, but not actually even realized that it was as bad as they thought. Anyway, we can't legally talk about it, so they just hide it instead. Comment on GLD and this guy.
Right, new part of the event. It's too early, I doubt Toryu's awake. Actually, you know what, I'll ask. You never know.
Imagine if Skyrim was the most popular game of all time by an order of magnitude. People call games video games Skyrim, and it cost $90 and took up half the average computer's power. And then people look to your Nexus being like, hey guys, check out my farming sim Skyrim. It just had you killing Draugr, but on a farm. People were like, yeah, I think it's farm simulation. And if anyone brought up Starfield, they did like, okay, well, first of all, resumption is close minded. Second, or have space for it. And second of all, when I play Skyrim, I just run back and forth, split the whole cabin for 7 hours on end. So I don't see why I need a whole game around. Play Skyrim the way I want. Stop gaming. Anyway, that's what it's like to like the RPGs other than Dungeons and Dragons. Jesus, that was actually a pretty good analogy. It's really just I like the model.
I mean, yes, you can mod anything to be anything, but like...
Sure, he was a terrible person. Oh, who goes there? It's fine, I'm sure he was a terrible person. What's that? A birthday card for his wife and children. Yeah.
99.
That does not give me horrible person vibes, I'll be honest. As a Pathfinder veteran and forever GM, this is how things look on our side. Pathfinder. The beacons are lit. D&D calls for aid. And Bezo will answer. Master the adventure paths. Backpedal all you want, you know what you try to do.
Right, I'm really disappointed.
Subs. If D&D
I was expecting bigger numbers.
Saying it was a draft and they wanted feedback, then yeah, drafts do not come with contracts attached. It was never called a draft in their meetings with creators. Stop lying to us.
But, yeah.
Nah, it was a draft, it was a prank. It wasn't even a draft, it was a prank, okay? 35 characters.
Sub DPS Melt Rosaria and Sub DPS
But I
Fizzle.
stand with me printing out my characters
Not
and then deleting
very
them
good.
on the
I was expecting bigger numbers.
Jesus Christ.
The increase,
Not a tabletop fan, but literally all my friends
I guess
are
you could say
gaming
it's
fans. So I've been
significant,
watching the OG
but at the same time, I could keep them as a physical DPS.
The entire
Physical.
Convince yourself they must be trolls.
And they'd still actually be just as good as the new build, and I feel like I just wasted my time.
Convince yourself that it's a vocal minority. And
Man.
turn on slow. The entire chat spams
Maybe I just need better
Convince
artifacts.
yourselves that they are bots. Turn on verified only.
But I'm tired of
And
Emblem.
the entire community is spamming hashtag open. Then cancel the stream 5 minutes too late and claim that it was a glitch. I will die on this hill. Wisdom is a poorly named stat. What? It represents how connected you are to reality and your ability to rely on your gut feelings. To be more accurate, to name it instinct or intuition. What the fuck are you talking about? Looks like Pathfinder is back on the menu, boys.
I need more
Bezo
attack,
announces system neutral open RPG license.
but there isn't a good attack percent.
When your charisma villain is a bit too charismatic. Design a big bad evil guy who's a charismatic but manipulative military command. They rally extremists to their cause by playing to their sense of idealism and promising to right the wrong thing.
That fight
Players
really
are
dark.
swayed into joining the big bad evil guy. Well, okay then. Did they even try to, attempt to see if he's lying or not? I have known about Small Bolt for 5 minutes,
Oh, no.
but all my bolts shall
These
be at
guys.
least as big as him.
I should teleport it in the thingy and see
Look how big
the weird hair over there.
Make him bigger.
Hi!
Bigger.
Try this on for size!
That's a very big
Dumpy Dumpy!
backstory is a page long
Nice.
not like
You're in for a little shock.
Damn it.
La la la!
At the
Come a little closer.
Plus spend 1 fire. I rolled a 3 against that.
Yeah, I need to electro.
Minus 3 spend 1 fire, so 1 plus minus 3 is minus 2. You see, that's not how
For a Quicken Lisa.
Wait, hold on, why not?
Setting up Quicken
Why
is
not?
really hard.
Why not? The dude has negative strength, isn't that enough? Isn't that punishment enough?
Yeah, let me read up how Quicken
Isn't that
works
much punches
in detail. I'm
Actually,
sure
hold on, I just thought
the
it might
Genshin
be an issue
fandom
because
knows
you
exactly
still
how it works by now.
And right? So yeah, that would be kind of unlikely to happen.
Because I don't know how it
Keep fighting
works.
the good fight,
Like,
everyone.
is it just the
People
next
cancel
attack
their
that
D&D
applies
Beyond
Quicken?
servers to boycott
Or is it like
Real.
by a
And
time
me,
limit?
Never made a D&D Beyond. I'm doing my part. You can always do your part by not making an account. And like, you could say that they went back on it and they're actually trying to fix it, but that's only happening because of the huge backlash. It's
So when will people make
yeah,
the
I don't think Wizards is at fault for this.
cool
Blaming
flowchart thing
Wizards for all the controversy,
with Dendro
which is
included?
a no, and then blaming Hasbro for all the controversy. I mean, yeah, okay, the real problem is probably Hasbro, but it doesn't mean that. I don't see why it
Quicken,
would be a problem,
catalyze,
I don't
aggravate,
know why you would excuse
spread.
blaming Wizards for this. Like, I don't think I don't think there's anything to excuse that. Boycott the D&D movie. As boycotting the D&D movie, Paramount, Hasbro, background. And then, why doesn't Hollywood
Spread
make
and
movies for us?
aggravate will
I'm pretty
not
sure the movie
consume
is good anyway.
the Quicken Aura.
boycotting will be
Inflicting
easy.
Pyro or Hydro on a Quicken Aura
And
will
if the
consume
movie
it,
is bad,
trigger
it probably
burning
will
or
go
bloom
even
respectively.
without the boycott.
Okay, so you don't actually want
Must
Pyro
Wizards win both of my worlds.
or Hydro.
D&D players hating on Wizards both now, together with MTG players. We should be
To get
doing
the most out the
slamming Wizards of the Coast
Quicken
on all
and
social
stuff.
media over the OGL 1.0, which is a yes.
Duration
And then,
but in
filling
seconds
out
is equal
every
to
page
Quicken
of the
Aura.
D&D survey with, I will
Gauge
not buy more
origin,
Wizards of the Coast
trigger
or
element
Hasbro
multiplied by
products
5 plus
if you
6.
revoke or unauthorize the OGL
Now, that's a
1.0,
pretty long
which
time,
is also a yes.
I
Are you
think.
the only one who had to deal with this? You all cast a torch into the dark pit and it falls for a few seconds. It briefly reveals a massive
Okay, that's a
massive.
1,000. That's
Let's give
1,000
exact
damage
dimensions so we know what
at level 80,
Also, you said the pit
and
was
only
about
800 at
50
level
feet wide,
70.
but
I
please give us
definitely
the
want
exact
to be
diameter.
level 80.
Or better yet, can't be barely from map. This vague language.
Level
is
90 is a big
yeah,
difference,
why would
but
you
like,
expect the
fucking
players to
hell.
be creative when they're playing a TTRPG game, tabletop game, and expect them to use their creativity to fill in missing details? Voted with me wallet. If the only thing you care about is money, then you shall have none of money.
No,
Your
Elon
subscription has
Musk.
been cancelled.
Oh
Your
no,
plan will
defeat
become
all
inactive on the
opponents.
next page. Nice. Miserable is very accurate to the OGL 1.1 back. Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro. Screw the old OGL. We own your content. And then the D&D community. It all happened so fast. So fast. Hey, you should become a GM. No. You can create your own worlds, characters, and stories. You won't have to search for games, you can just start them. Okay, fine. Haha, you're a forever GM now. You flipper! Don't forget to cancel your team accounts.
Alright, so Cryo might be
Beside
better.
you, there are two walls. One wants to
I
switch
can't
to
freeze,
Pathfinder,
because
and
freezing
one
will
wants
still
to keep
consume.
to keep playing
Will
this
still,
edition without
most
you.
definitely. I don't need to look it up,
Both
I
walls
think.
are cool as hell.
But
Gonna pull a sneak
Cryo won't
Our
affect
good
anything,
trade
and I still want the.
and
I
my
don't really
secretly
want
good
an
character
element of
planning for
resonance
trade.
in the
I had
overworld.
an argument
None of
with
them are
my
good.
friends, so I made this forever.
2 Dendro is
Someone tells me I
worthless,
just want
2 an
mana
ammo is
resources.
maybe
Roland
good
of
for
the
Lisa.
Years, the literal original paladin, destroyed a mountain by accident.
But
yes, hold the line. After we
Layla
I applied for
Yes.
vacation. You remember too, right?
making a new D&D system. This is as far as I've got. Rolls for initiative. Alright, on that note, that's it for today's video. So thanks for watching and enjoying. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, thank you to everyone supporting the channel on Patreon as well as YouTube. Lots of things. Those links, make sure to check them out. Listeners to the sort of that is fun. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.
honestly, this could probably still benefit Kaching more. The Quicken. But I'm gonna see this.
My guiding stars!
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Bam! Oh my! That was some big damage. Yeah, Cryo and Pyro both allow me to spread faster along with a Nemo. You want lots of enemies clumped up together to charge up quickly.
Huh? Come a little closer. Surrender and I'll be gentle. You're in for a little shock.
Just like we rehearsed. Hi! The night is cold. Stars shine from... Go as one!
Barbados, guide us. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
Yeah! Go!
Burn.
Not now. Write this on the side.
Come a little closer.
My guiding stars. Hi!
Blitz. Hick, dick, hick. Ha!
Fly!
My god.
That's
Damn
against
it.
the rules.
Come here.
Go as one. Go!
Beat it now,
You're in
bitch.
for a little shock. Come a little closer.
and WotC actively destroy their fan base, and creating content is kind of tricky right now. There was an update today about the OGL, and it's a lot more positive. It's definitely in the direction of what we want, and I personally am really happy with this. I know we always get upset.
Let's spark things up.
Don't be scared.
Wind, hear me.
I'm not gonna apologize
Hi! Call an Amber! Help!
You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
watch one of the countless videos that much smarter people have made.
Yep.
Not now. Fly! Go as far!
Also,
Hit.
I can't just burn it all to the ground. I want to let you guys like and that's kind of different right now. Is massive.
Yep.
My guiding stars! Hi!
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
I had a plan for the next few months of content almost the entire year, and I've had to scrap it and rethink it almost every day.
Surrender and I'll be gentle.
I don't know
Write this off the side! Not now!
my content in light of
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
this does mean
Come a little closer. You've been a naughty boy.
but I want to make it clear where I stand. Make sure that you all know that I'm not being paid by WotC or anything. I'm going to continue to not support D&D Beyond, whether it's here or on our streams. I also want to branch out into different types of content. I've always wanted to, but this is kind of the kick. So I hope you guys are down with some skits and content still sort of relating to D&D. really gonna try to distance myself from it as much as possible. And just to be clear, I have no deals or contracts that I've signed with Wizards of the Coast. I'm not under any NDAs. The most I've got is that Chris Perkins follows me on Twitter. That's it. I hope you're also down for other types of videos and media that are surrounding D&D. That way I can sort of have this slow transition into kind of doing whatever I want to do. Like the 2-hour video essay of Attack on Titan that's been living in the back of my brain for the past 6 months.
Bruh.
You watched that? I hope everybody understands where I'm coming from.
I won't,
In any case,
but
I have
lots
no
of people
awful
know and
motivation to
love
do anything
talking
right
about
now.
Attack on
I recorded
Titan.
the lowest rated homebrew video last weekend, never uploaded it because well, I didn't
The night
want
is
to upload
cold.
a video that centered around D&D Beyond. But here are some clips.
You're in
that
for
I
a little
feel like
shock.
wasn't a complete waste. You can take
Blitz.
fast and try dashes and jumps, climb and swim very fast. Convenient, no? Wolf Cub, at 3rd level, Wolf decides to come along with the journey that you are taking. Wonderful. At 15th level, you gain one of the following features.
Oh, okay, there is the language exchange.
You wear the armor of a wolf, which gave you the
God
plus
damn
5 to AC. He's dead! You killed him! You level up at one cost! But with everything I just said out of the way, I think what I really want to do right now
I
is
need
just sort of
water.
have a distraction, something a little bit distance from all of this kind of stuff. So just have fun, have some laughs, and not be in a pit of dread and despair. So I asked some of my friends to send me some memes, and we're gonna do a try not to laugh, but it's just, they have sent me memes. I don't know what they are. I think this is going to be the hardest one we've done yet. Because with the Reddit, it's like, I knew that was already cringe. That was easy to get into. With the Twitter ones, like, sometimes I know, like, I don't always know where they come from, but the hardest part about that one was the ones that were about our campaigns, and those just, like, they came for me. Like, that's what got really funny. So, I tried to make sure that a lot of the ones that my friends sent aren't, like,
Tree.
inside
What a
jokes, but
boring
if they
big
are, I'll
tree.
explain them. But that's what we're going to do today. It's going to be very difficult. We're going to look at some of the ones that Mia and Craig have sent me first.
I am
Is
approaching you.
Jin Gataxias? Blue Sun's Twilight. What did she say? What's he got there? What's he doing with that? What is he doing with that? Craig always sends the stupidest shit into our group chats, and I really am not prepared for this. I really should have, like, done some warm-ups. We're going from, like, feeling awful every day to, like, this, and this is gonna be really, really difficult, so... prepared. There's a place that you can go to. You'll be safe and you'll be free and you'll be alright. Okay, I got this. My friends are cringe, my friends are cringe, my friends are cringe. Well, I'll be... This should not be this hard. That is so stupid. It's so stupid. Fine. I didn't laugh. We can... That is the most crying thing I've ever seen. That is.
Alright, I'm
that
gonna
is-
try
that is the
quick
crying
and
of my wife. That is their
coaching
life
again.
At all times. That.
I've already been trying
Oh
her
my
for a
God.
while now,
What's he
but
doing?
like,
Kirby's in. Is that Kirby or is that just he's just racing? You know, you guys remember the movie Herbie with Lindsay Lohan in it, right? That's every time I see one of those cars, that's the first thing I think. I don't think I ever actually watched the movie. I think I just saw a million commercials of it when I was a kid. That was about it.
I
It's
don't
not
think
fun.
an ammo
You
is
have
all that
a responsibility to
important.
act.
I don't have Dangerous Sophia
Hell
right
yeah.
now, I'm too lazy.
That's you
I'll
know
be
what,
switching back
right?
to the
That one is
obligatory
based.
Sophia
That
soon
one's-
enough
that one's
anyway.
really based right there.
Trainee Forest Ranger Kale, reporting.
Wait for my
No,
signal.
okay. Did Mia send these ones? Mia, that's my own drawing. We have a chalkboard in our street room. And this is my own terrible drawing of Oral doing a hoo-hoo. I made a better Photoshop of it here. And I was like,
Add
it'd
Astra.
be funny if they came in and saw that.
Thank
but
you
I
for
didn't want to put it up, so I did a terrible 2-second drawing. I should be allowed on
Add
the
Astra.
No. Every time Mia comes over, our cats love her, and she loves them, and she gives them lots of attention, and then she's an apologist for our cats when they act up, and it makes me angry, because our cats are stupid. Close your eyes, bro. No, this is so stupid! Close your eyes, bro. Okay, bro. What do you see? Nothing, bro. That's everything I like about you, bro. I actually hate you. Oh, Mishra, Urza. Why is Urza so old? They're like the same age here, and then he gets really old. Did the Power Stone make him old? Oh, okay, maybe he's just one of those people that always looks old. You know what I'm saying? Like, in their two different commander arts, like, Mishra's looking pretty sick, but like, Urza just looks super old. Is that his personality trait? Old?
There's nothing left for me to do.
It's been... Yeah, stop! Oh. If it likes it, then it puts a ring on it. I hate you! This was not a cringe competition. This just hurt. Okay, we're gonna save Spencer for last. My sister Emma sent me a bunch of stuff too, but it's all
Nah.
on my phone. I'm just use them what Emma sent me.
I suppose the story comes first.
Weird fart. Shit! No! It's so hard! The first one! Why is he so big? Okay. Pooping and farting. I will not laugh twice. That's not what's gonna happen. It's so stupid. Ugh, my throat! They came for my throat. That's what they did. Oh my god. This is the type of shit me and my sisters send each other. It is the most stupid, heinous, awful shit. Optimist, the glasses have... We're good. Optimist, the glass is half full. Pessimist, the glass is piss. This is the hardest thing I've ever done. This is the hardest thing I've ever done! Alright. When I scratch my balls with one L, it's the one L, it's the face, it's everything about this. God, kids, mom, what's for dinner? Me. I'm not stupid. Okay, I'm not prepared for this next section. It's Spencer. I've already lost twice. This is not gonna go well at all. If she sends me some inside jokes, she said so many. Good luck. 3 hours later, your
How many stuff do I have right now?
was a success. Where is Garfield? Who do you think took your boobs? No, Garfield. Garfield, how could he made such a noble sacrifice? Noble lad, that Garfield cares about his friends. I googled my symptoms. It turns out I just need sloppy. I want that shirt so bad. It is so awesome. Okay. Watashi wa kii desu. I don't know. What you think I've done? Babe, please, you're not Italian just because you are on the streets of New Capenna pre-release. This was exactly me when that set came out. I could not stop. I was making everybody so mad. And don't be a wise guy. It's a legitimate business. Don't call it pasta sauce. Call it gravy. Forget about it. Cook it the pizza. Please stop giving me the toughest battles. You just need to fold your clothes. My wife. No! Not this one! This one's so funny. A fart. Shit. My ass. I see, I always thought it said pant, and there's a little S there, but to me it's so much funnier if it just says my pant. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
Looks like it's about time for us to meet up with Ganyu. Let's head to Eugene Terrace.
Alright, just checking the recording real quick. Let's go. Okay, there's music notes in the glider. Hey yo, Ganyu.
Greetings, Traveler and Paimon. What time is it?
Are you okay, Ganyu? You were nodding off there. Didn't you sleep well last night?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Let's discuss the matter at hand. Since last time, I've been thinking a lot about the story Paimon told me. In essence, someone rescued a drowning man and performed some music. If that were all there was to it, it could have been many people, human or Adeptus. But the tune was allegedly so wonderful that the drowning man forgot about everything else, even his own impending death, and only came to his senses after being brought to shore. Perhaps there was an adeptal power at work in that music that he, as a mortal, could not perceive. Or perhaps he sensed a power surrounding him but lacked the words to describe it, not knowing where it came from. Either way, if this part of the story is true, then the rescuer has to have been an Adeptus.
You really think so? But this story is all the way from Fontaine. Isn't this a bit of a long shot? Also, Paimon's really curious about how people from Fontaine think this fairy lady looked.
Maybe they gave her horns.
Then she looked just like Ganyu. Guess that does technically make sense. Actually, Ganyu, if you had to save a drowning person, how would you go about it?
Huh? Me? Well, I'd get them to the shore, and then I'd probably hide behind a tree and watch them for a while. Once I was sure that they were going to be okay, I'd slip away without a sound.
Why do you want to hide?
Got it. So basically, Ganyu's the type of person who doesn't like taking credit for her good deeds.
No, it's not like that. I'm just not very good at explaining things. And I also find it really awkward accepting other people's gratitude.
Well, what if this Adeptus in the story had a similar attitude? That would explain why she just left without saying a word. She was probably thinking something like, One was merely passing by and saw fit to address this egregious disruption to one's graceful zithering at once. You may keep your thanks to yourself.
That was actually a very good impression of Cloud Retainer, Paimon. As far as I'm aware, Cloud Retainer isn't the most musically gifted. Still, we can't completely rule her out just yet. If we set off now, we could head to Mount Outsung and ask her about it. You'll be able to confirm either way if it's her, and I can,
Slip
I've been in
away.
Lea Harbor for so long now that I'm just not as familiar with the Adepti anymore. If there's anything we want to know about them, she's the best person to ask.
Sounds great! And we're pretty close with Cloud Retainer by now, so we probably don't even need to bring her food this time, right?
I've prepared a gift for her to mark the festival, just in case. However,
What's up?
Cloud Retainer spends most of her days studying mechanisms in her abode. She's on her own so much of the time that the moment she has someone to chat with, she just... Never mind. I promised I'd help Mr. Dvorak, and now that I've made the contract, I can't be having second thoughts.
Dvorak, but there's no J
Traveler?
anywhere there.
Paimon, let's set off for Cloud Retainer's abode.
Seems like this is a tough decision for Ganyu, but she's made up her mind now. Paimon gets why she'd be so anxious. Okay, how about this? If Cloud Retainer tries to start telling stories about her again this year, we should pipe up and change the topic. Wait, did she leave already? Hey, Ganyu, wait up!
You think we can do that? Yeah, I'll go have Ganyu.
As per our contract.
Just sharpen my spear.
And who else? Oh, the only healer I have in Liyue is Chi-Chi, and Yao Yao can't help Ganyu anyway. I suppose this is fine. Chi-Chi will only be there for healing. The fuck is this? The fuck is this shit? What? How have I missed this?
Ooh, pretty.
Frog. Hello, Hello again, Lieutenant of Clouds.
Paimon's so tired from trying to keep up. Don't either of you need to take any breaks?
You're not even walking.
I can't believe it. Cloud Retainer is not here.
Huh? Did we miss her?
She doesn't like to travel, so in the past, it's always been the other Adepti who come to visit her during the festivals.
Maybe she's already humoring someone else.
True. Now that I think about it, Cloud Retainer would be quite capable of taking care of anything on her own. There's no need to worry about her. Since she's not here, I guess the next step is to check all the other Adepti abodes, one by one.
That sounds painful.
Uh-oh. Will it involve a lot more traveling? Got it! Paimon has a great idea!
Please go on, Paimon.
Our goal here is to find the Adeptus that helped Dvorak's ancestor, right? We can't hear any music right now, but if she's really as nice as the story suggests, she'd definitely come to help anyone who was drowning, right?
Yes, I think that's fair to say.
I don't like where this
So,
is going.
all we have to do is get the Traveler to pretend to fall into the water, and the Adeptus will come to the rescue!
You think she'll fish you out like I did for you last time?
You know perfectly well that Paimon can't swim! Paimon would sink like a rock!
No.
Just trust Paimon! The water's pretty deep over there. Quick, swim to the very center!
I mean, someone with Chi-Chi's size definitely can't reach. Hey, there's a fishing spot here.
Help! Help! Someone's drowning! If only there was a kind-hearted Adeptus here to save us! Oh no! Whatever will a Paimon do?
This is stupid.
What is going on?
Good enough.
How do you feel right now?
Yep, I expected it would be these two.
Shenhe! And the Conqueror of Demons.
Why
Well,
don't
I
you say
I
something?
only expected Shenhe.
Please don't
Which
make
sounds good
Paimon
too.
explain it.
Why couldn't it have been both?
Okay, fine. Paimon will
I can't
explain.
believe I'm so stupid as to not account
We're
for such
looking
a
for an
possibility.
Adeptus who's good at being a lifeguard and playing music.
And both of you definitely don't fit
But
those
if the
bills.
Adepti aren't gonna stay home, then how are we supposed to find them?
It wasn't me.
Yeah, so this Adeptus is most likely a woman.
And I am not an Adeptus, as you both already know, Traveler and Paimon.
Okay, so this is Paimon's fault. No
Told
way
you it was a bad
Paimon would have
idea.
suggested this idea if she'd known how awkward this
Shenhe,
was
do you know
gonna
where
be.
Cloud Retainer is right now?
Glad you're okay. As far as I know, the one you seek is no Yaksha. And one last thing. Your actions here caused others a great deal of worry. Do not repeat them again in the future.
Yeah,
As ever,
that's
the
obvious.
Conqueror of Demons comes and goes, just like the wind.
Right. I didn't dare to say a word just now. How's your training going, Shenhe? Have you made any plans for Lantern Rite? We could spend it together in Liyue Harbor if you'd like.
I had planned to spend the festival with Master this year. However,
Oh, speaking of Cloud Retainer, when did you see her last?
earlier this morning, she set off for Mount Hulao at dawn. I noticed
Hulao?
she was using an Adeptus art of some kind to protect a mechanism that looked like a boiler.
That's
Maybe it was a gift for Mountain Shaper. I did not inquire.
So we just missed her. Please excuse me for a moment. I think I'll leave the gift in her abode.
Sure. Thank you.
It sounds like Ganyu and Shenhe have gotten a lot closer recently.
Yes. During the summer and winter, I continue to train with Master. In the other months of the year, I have been learning to adapt to human life in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu arranged accommodations for me in the city, and also recommended several work positions for me. But when I try to blend in by referring to her as Miss Ganyu or Lady Ganyu, like the others, she says I mustn't address her like that. Sometimes I'm supposed to copy other people. Sometimes I'm not. It's a little difficult to keep track of everything. Oh, is that what it is? Noted. So, you came looking for
Oh,
Master
good thing
today
is allowed to
because you
call her
wanted to
that.
ask her about the Mystery Adeptus. Is that right?
Yep. Oh, speaking of that, have you ever heard any music while out training in the mountains?
Music? What is that?
It's, a kind of a happy or relaxing sound. Or, a nerve-wracking sound.
Vanty!
Or even
Show
a
up!
terrifying one.
Someone doesn't know what the fuck music is.
Okay, I'm done. I also left her a note so that she knows where to find us. We won't miss her again.
Yay! That's really helpful. Thanks!
We were just talking about this thing called music, and based on Paimon's description, I do believe I hear it every day. Please follow me.
Oh, really? Great, let's go!
I doubt this lead will be fruitful, since it's coming from Shenhe. By the way, I totally remember who Shenhe is. Who is she? I literally just remembered her yesterday. You said something about as you know I'm not an adepti. But it really doesn't ring a bell to me. Cultivation place. I want some snacks.
This is the place. I enjoy training here to the sound of music.
Yes, quite the music. In fact, I barely hear anything.
Paimon's gone deaf! Paimon can't hear anything!
Same.
The faint sound of birdsong, the quiet murmur of the streams. These are relaxing sounds. Are they not the music of which you speak?
Oh, Paimon wasn't quite done with the description. Okay, fine, it's all Paimon's fault. What we're looking for are not the sounds of nature, but melodies played on special instruments.
And a melody is?
Paimon, sing.
Hey, don't you patronize Paimon! Let's get one thing straight. Paimon knows plenty of nursery rhymes, but Paimon does not sing on demand without payment. Hey, why don't you just
I'm
sing
not
that one
paying you.
melody Shen has heard before? It'll probably help her to understand what we're talking about.
No whopper flowers this time, hopefully. Nice, we get to
Was
hear
that
Traveler's voice
from the
again.
opera that Yunjin sang?
That was a melody, and melodies can be called music.
Oh, I
Felt like I
remember
was
now.
transported
They're
back to the
girlfriends.
past. In my mind's eye, I could see
Right?
the Zhao
Do I ship
lanterns
them?
lighting up the night sky again.
Seriously, who's
We're all
Shanha?
there, raising our glasses and drinking to our heart's content on the Jade Chamber. As I watched Yunjin's performance, I felt a warm sensation in my heart. And as the drink reached my stomach, it went from warm to hot. When you hummed that melody just now, feelings from a whole year ago came right back to me, as strong as they were on that day. So that's the power of music.
Wow, Shenhe. That was so deep. Music
Sure.
definitely has the
Our
power to
flash
bring up
very deep.
memories. It's like a time capsule with all the special moments from our lives squished inside. What about you, Ganyu? Are there any melodies that have left a deep impression on you?
I don't remember if my parents ever sang any lullabies to me. I know some local folk songs, and a few other things come to mind too. The songs of the sailors down at the docks, the little ditties that the vendors call out in front of their beloved shops, the tunes of folk artists performing on the streets. Yes, that's right. In the past, whenever I heard the sound of those tunes, I always felt that they were worlds apart from me. Nenny and Liyue probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I never could connect with humans' artistic expression and their sentiments. So I haven't been able to integrate into their community and be a part of their lives. At least, that's the view I held in the past. Only more recently did I start to realize that the only barriers are ones that I have erected with my imagination. The way those melodies make me feel isn't all that different from other people after all. They're about mundane details of everyday existence, life's ups and downs, joys and sorrows. Even though we come from different backgrounds and have different stories to tell, when it comes down to the most common things that we see and experience around us each day in the city, in that sense, we're all the same.
You go, Ganyu! You're really making progress. You have loads of friends in Liyue Harbor when you think about it. Okay, maybe some are more like coworkers and bosses. But at the very least, Keqing and Shenhe are your friends now, right?
Yes, I am. Technically speaking, we should refer to each other by the conventional forms of address used among fellow disciples. But now that I know what constitutes a friendship, I do believe we are more friends than co-disciples.
Thank you, everyone.
Once the days are warmer, I would like to host you at my home in the city. Please invite Keqing as well. I've planted many types of flowers. I'm sure some of them will be to your taste.
You are too kind. I couldn't possibly.
Nonsense. You are my friend. I have cultivated and cared for the flowers just as you taught me. Once you've seen them for yourself, I am sure you can advise me how to do an even better job next time. I will save some for decoration. We can feast on the rest.
Then, thank you in advance. Wait, what is that saying again? If you insist?
Do people say that? I'm not completely sure either.
It doesn't matter, okay? You got the point across.
They're also
No need to
socially
split
awkward.
hairs. Paimon's more concerned about your idea of a girls' night out. Eating flowers? Really? Does this have anything to do with you both being the disciples of that illuminated bird?
I mean, flowers? I don't think catching you will do that.
Who dares refer to one not by one's Adeptus title, but merely as that illuminated bird?
Hello.
Master.
Our greetings, Cloud Retainer.
Ah! There it is! The illuminated bird has landed!
Double humph. Now she has the gall to use it rather than she, even after being chastised once already. Barely a moment has passed since we last met, and yet your impertinence has reached new heights. Very well. If you refuse to learn your lesson, one shall scold you no further.
A moment.
One has received your message from Ganyu. On the matter of the Adeptus you seek, one suspects to know their identity.
Oh, good lead.
Well, shall one lead the way?
Onegaishimasu.
I still have to complete my training for today, so I will bid farewell to everyone here.
Very well. Await my arrival at one's abode later this night. On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some savory dishes.
If you want to release a Shao Lantern, come and find us anytime.
Thank you, everyone. Happy Lantern Rite to you too.
Do they not remember the lyrics? There was like an animation. That was during the time when I was still doing like subtitles. Or not subtitles, thumbnails for my videos, right? Was it Last Lantern, right? That's so stupid for them. Because some people weren't around. Some people are playing Genshin when now that, and they haven't experienced previous years. Chun has gone, so I don't feel bad for having her not in my party. Or at all.
Is this Guili Plains? Cloud Retainer, why did you bring us here?
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name Guizhong, but have you ever heard of her?
No.
Guizhong is another name of Agentis, the god of dust. She was extroverted in nature and adored social gatherings and inventions alike. Long ago, this region was yet a prosperous assembly. Guizhong often invited her friends to visit her home, reserving for us seats around the largest stone table. Seagazer would always bring out his latest treasure and place it upon the table. He could be quite the braggart. Though usually a mild-mannered fellow, when it came to those collectibles he was so fond of, he always loved to show them off.
Paimon remembers that name. So that's what Seagazer was like.
He was an old friend and a former rival. One has many memories of him. Once he had brought out the treasure, it would predictably become the center of attention. Neither Guizhong nor one was content to let him just steal the spotlight. So we would then also present our proudest mechanical
Is
creations.
one really a pronoun?
As
That
Adepti,
one
we were
with
each
such a
gifted in
cloud
our own
retainer would
ways, and naturally proud
want
of
to
our
be.
accomplishments in our respective fields of expertise. As a result, one often quarreled with Seagazer. His treasures were not even of his own making. He just used his exploration skills to dig them out of the ground. How, pray tell, could he compare to me, when every single one of one's accomplishments were crafted by one's own hand?
Cloud Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
You're complaining.
One digresses. Regardless, every time an argument occurred, Gui Zhang would come over to watch us during our mutual lambastics. On some occasions, she would join in, and on others, she'd take one of us by the limb and start uttering the most ridiculous nonsense.
What kind of nonsense?
God, I'm talking to an old lady telling stories.
No kind of nonsense were we spared. Sometimes she would brazenly opine, why argue between yourselves when neither of you could ever hope to beat me? Other times, she would make unsolicited suggestions, such as, once you two are done arguing, let's go to the foot of the mountain and grill some meat. She always sought to make everyone happy, and one must say, she had quite the gift for it. No matter what nonsense she said, one never felt bothered or offended. It also helped that she never referred to one as that illuminated bird or ladybird.
Ah!
Come on, get over yourself!
Anyway, just as our impassioned arguments would reach the apex of acrimony, Marchosius would bring his delectable dishes to the table. Who would dare snub the stove god and his wondrous creations? At the sight of him, we would all immediately drop the argument and prepare the table for a night of feasting and drinking. Back then, one was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Can you see yourselves ever enjoying a drink from a square cup?
I've done it before.
Then you are most tolerant, but that is its own virtue. Even one could never find fault with Marchosius's cooking. As we ate,
The trick is
Gui
to drink
Zhang
at
would
the
continue to
edges.
find topics for conversation,
Not at the lines.
filling the table with humor
Hello,
and
Lydia.
laughter. Each of those old fossils had their character flaws and points of obstinacy. So why was it that whenever we dined together, we always had a marvelous time? We would drink together from a spot high in the mountains until the moon set and the sun rose, and only then would the banquet finally come to an end. Streetwood Rambler would often remain to admire the flowers with Gui Zhang before returning to her own abode. The glaze lilies were far more abundant back then. Entire fields of them would appear to the eye as a veritable sea of flowers.
Streetward Rambler?
That would be Ping. You probably know her as Madam Ping.
Oh, okay. Wait, this is a lovely story and everything, but didn't we come here to find that Adeptus from Mr. Dvorak's story?
I know! You're
Are you
finally
saying that
realizing how
it was
bamboozled
Guizhou?
we were.
Didn't she, already,
I was already on my phone, not paying attention,
Alas,
because I knew she was
long has
rambling.
one avoided this place for precisely that reason. The sights here are a reminder of a time long gone, and evoke much sorrow. One should have guessed that you would disrupt one's poignant moment of mourning with your incessant questioning. No matter, one will share the whole story with you now.
The cutscene?
In times gone by, one quarreled oft with Gui Zhang concerning mechanical principles. We each had our ideals, and neither would yield. Under the pretext of a social gathering, one invited the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our creations. But Rex Lapis declared that Gui Zhang's Obscuro Vulpus mechanism was superior. Though one was too proud to acknowledge it, in one's heart, one knew that Gui Zhang was indeed the superior talent in the mechanical arts. As for the story between Gui Zhang and Streetward Rambler, that begins with a certain bell. In Gui Zhang's opinion, while mechanisms were no substitute for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies. But Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul, an emotional enterprise that could never hope to be replicated by machinery.
Are they criticizing AI
They
art?
argued endlessly, until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede. He confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use. Thereafter, one would often find them convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world. But these good times were not to last. War broke out between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili Plains. Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy, and fell in battle. When Streetward Rambler and I arrived at the scene at long last, all that remained among the ruins was her lifeless body. After this, at Streetward Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory, one made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device. Many lantern rites have passed since then. Many greetings and goodbyes. Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No, it's everything.
Hey, Black Castle.
We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next. But are we Adepti so different? Perhaps as dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
One has always been austere and private by nature, and has never relished socializing. One's dealings with Guizhong were born out of discussions on the discipline of mechanics.
What? You have loads of friends, and you seem pretty chatty.
Just because one is
Exactly.
not
The more
ignorant of
introverted
social
someone
graces
is, the
does
more
not
likely
mean
they
one
are
is
to
fond
ramble.
of them. One
When
is
they do have
perfectly
someone
capable
who's
of
willing to
partaking in
listen to them.
conversation despite being introverted. But in the end, one is nothing like Streetward Rambler. She is dauntless but thoughtful, not to mention eloquent and wise. Moreover, her friendship with Guizhong was far greater than one's own. Back when they were rivals, they would often compete against one another in the realm of musical composition. That cleansing bell was one of Guizhong's proudest works, having the ability to both compose and perform.
Wait, that's weird. Didn't Madame Ping say she pestered an old friend for that bell? And she also said something about being a vain beauty when she was young or something.
Streetward Rambler, a vain beauty. My foot.
You have a foot?
That bell has a sad history. Clearly, she refrained from sharing with you the truth of its origins, since the right time had not yet come. As for her old friend, who else could it be? As soon as Streetward Rambler heard that a certain Zhang Li wished to borrow the bell, she realized that the man was none other than Rex Lapis, and that he had made an enormous decision. After all, we all have known each other for several millennia. Some things between us are implicitly understood.
Whoa! So they were talking in secret code? Oh, Paimon did not see that one coming.
Enough of your intrusions. Where was one up to? Ah, yes. One remembers now.
Oh my god, she's still going on.
The cleansing bell is powered by a mechanical art, and can be used to great
One
effect
is
as
still
an
going
accompanying
on.
instrument.
My bad, wrong pronouns.
After the passing of its creator, it was used on numerous occasions during rites of parting. But Streetwood Rambler did not acquire it from Rex Lapis for the purpose of producing further funerary tunes. No. Each time she rang it, it was to play the tune that Guizhong composed on it. The two once clashed over their beliefs about the meaning of music. Who would have thought that with Guizhong's passing and Streetward Rambler's mourning, two tunes composed in discord would eventually become one harmonious composition? Once upon a time, Streetwood Rambler also loved gatherings, liquor, and music. But after Guizhong passed, she preferred her own company. She could often be found sitting alone at a mountain summit, contemplating and reminiscing with her zither. The music would go from mournful to soothing to impassioned. Many years passed before she finally composed a melody to her satisfaction. In celebration, she played the tune to the clouds. Regrettably, one has only ever heard her play that tune once. Which brings one back to the matter you've been investigating. Perhaps it was during that performance that the ancestor of your Fontaine friend fell into the water and was saved by Streetwood Rambler.
But
Alright,
if
so
she
you
was so happy with the melody, why would she only play it
went
once?
through all that just to give us
One was
that
also
simple answer
greatly
that could have
perplexed
been
by
answered
this.
just like that.
After suppressing one's curiosity for a long while, one finally approached her and asked why she would retire the tune after having spent so long on it. In response, she said, "Though the strings that played that melody survive, the one who inspired it is gone. Tell me, Cloud Retainer, when the one attuned to my soul is no longer here, who else could hope to understand this tune?"
Aw, poor Madam Ping.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon War came to an end, I stayed behind in Liyue Harbor to honor my contract. Although I met Guizhong a few times, I never knew anything of this particular story.
Guizhong was quite the visionary, but tragically passed before her time. Her manuscripts still lie unfinished in the realm of clouds. Blank pages give one cause for contemplation on what might have been. Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, perhaps these stories, too, would have been lost to the sands of time.
Oh, what a coincidence. Perhaps it was fate.
As of now, you know the truth. That the Adeptus who rescued the drowning man was none other than Streetwood Rambler.
But why would they be in Fontaine?
Do you intend to discuss this with her?
It's still not conclusive.
Do you mean Ping might find the topic too distressing?
Precisely.
But I guess...
The passing of our old friend is a heavy topic that both of us are usually careful to avoid.
We want to know if we want to confirm
If I may be so bold,
the quickest way.
Cloud Retainer, could it be that this is just your own personal opinion?
Oh? How so?
I've been in Liyue Harbor for quite a long time now, and I've witnessed many farewells along the way, so I too am well acquainted with the pain of the passing of a loved one. But this doesn't bring the city or its people to a standstill. They have to keep moving forward. Someone as perceptive and wise as Ping will surely have come to understand and embrace this. Though these immortal mountains have lost an Adeptus, the harbor of mortals has gained a wise elder. No loss can ever be undone, but there is always much that can still be gained. Ping has helped countless people, and will guide many others in the years to come. And all to whom she extends a helping hand become her friends. People she can admire flowers and discuss music with. Though it is heartbreaking to lose a kindred spirit, life goes on, because there are new friends waiting for you further down the road.
Sure.
We even asked Madame Ping what she thought about adding a music festival to this year's Lantern Rite. When we get back, why don't we just ask her if she'd like to perform? Maybe we can even get her up on stage.
You youngsters and your imaginations.
Oh, shut up, old lady. Old hag.
Why don't you come with us? It's been a long time since you last spoke with Ping, and Liyue Harbor is always decorated so beautifully during the festival period.
Is not every Lantern Rite the same in this regard? Were there ever anything new to discuss? One in Ping could meet any day of the year.
I
Yeah, so
disagree.
why not make it now?
Each new day and each new year is different from those that have come before. How long will you simply let them pass you by?
The edibles she brought this time were indeed quite delectable. Very well. Then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
All right. We should be getting back to the harbor as well. We don't want to keep her waiting. Once the Guili Assembly, now the Guili Plains. Say, if we planted flowers there and cared for them carefully enough, do you think that one day we'd be able to recreate the sea of glaze lilies?
Allow
Anyway.
one to take back one's praise from a moment prior. You are still far too given to flights of fancy,
Jesus
child.
Christ, you're still here?
What? Cloud Retainer? You were still listening?
One observed that you were making no effort to leave, and returned to chasten and hasten you. This time, one is departing in earnest.
Okay, I saw a treasure chest. There it is. I was about to pop open the old Geo treasure compass. And of course. Come at me. Ah, of course it's...
Nice and spicy.
Got him.
Beautiful treasures are a cause for great happiness.
I don't know why I said it like that.
Whoa, Madame Ping and Cloud Retainer?
It appears you made haste after all. One arrived but moments before you.
Oh, bless my soul. To what do I owe the honor? How nice of you all to come and visit me.
Miss Illuminated Bird, haven't you said anything yet?
Said what, precisely? And why should one be tasked with saying it?
'Cause you're the one who's known Madam Ping the longest.
Street word. Or rather, presumably, you would prefer to be addressed as Ping?
Oh, Cloud Retainer, you are uncommonly polite today.
Given that Lantern Rite is almost upon us, the weather in the city is most pleasant, and a sweet floral fragrance lingers
Oh
in
boy,
the air.
two socially awkward old ladies trying to talk with another old lady.
Ganyu, please continue from here.
All right. So, this all started because we were trying to help Mr. Dvorak find the Adeptus who saved his ancestor's life. Cloud Retainer informed us that the one who played that melody and rescued the drowning man was none other than yourself.
Most likely,
Let
probably.
me think. Yes, I do believe I recall that encounter. What a long time ago that was. I'm surprised that you still remember it. Even more astonishing, perhaps, is the fact that this story has survived this long at all, when mortal lives are so very brief. It
Mortality
appears that
makes
she
one
has proven
like to
herself
preserve
right
stuff
once again.
upon realizing.
We like to call her Guizhong. From the look in Cloud Retainer's eyes, I sense that she has already told you all about her.
We could have gotten
Albeit
Cloud
reluctantly,
Retainer
one might add.
bullshit instead of Guizhong Ballistas.
There is no harm done. After all, Lantern Rite's very purpose is to commemorate the heroes who gave their lives for Liyue. Although Guizhong did not live to see the splendid sights of today, she was as much a hero as any other.
So, how has she proven herself right again exactly?
Once upon a time, she said to me that humans were a weak form of life that she wished to protect with her wisdom. But as she interacted more and more with them, her opinions on them began to change. She marveled at the beautiful complexity of their spirits, the sheer splendor of all they could accomplish through their hard work and intelligence. She told us that to underestimate human potential would be to make a grave mistake. With the smallest amount of guidance, enormous power can be unleashed in them. And a human who has reached their full potential may well be her equal. Someone who could have as much to teach an Adeptus as to learn from them.
She always had a way with words. That her mechanical accomplishments were judged superior to one's own was, one suspects, in large part due to her sheer eloquence.
Cope.
Speaking
Skill
of mechanics, Cloud Retainer, do you still remember that potted plant mechanism? The one that the two of you gave me as a gift?
Of course. Guizhong and one both put an immense amount of effort into that gift. It would be no overstatement to call it a testament to each of our individual technical genius.
As Guizhong once said, it takes every blade of grass and every flower to make a homeland. When I see the sight of Liyue Harbor before us today, I am reminded of this.
Madam Ping looks very emotional right now.
PTSD.
Of all of us, it was Gui Zhong who was the fondest of these grand and exciting occasions. Huh. If she were still with us, I'm quite sure she would still be trying to best Cloud Retainer's finest works at every opportunity.
Liyue Harbor is always filled with the sound of music at this time of the year. If she were here, one is certain that she would seek you out to discuss and debate the virtues of various melodies.
Oh, yeah! Music!
You
We've been dying
forgot.
to ask. What was the melody that you played back then? Oh, also, with you being such a music expert and all, why don't you join the concert as a performer?
I can make arrangements right away.
Oh, as much as I don't wish to dampen your enthusiasm, it's been a long time since I played this zither. My fingers don't have the dexterity they once did. And whenever I play that tune, it always reminds me of her. I start wondering what she would think of the changes I have made to her melody. There was a period of time whenever I started strumming, it almost felt like she was back again. Sitting right there on the stone stool next to me, chatting away. Skybracer and Seagazer too, looking just like they did in the old days. No matter how much time goes by, the moment that melody starts playing, it transports me right back to that time in my memory.
So the past still weighs heavily on your heart?
Well, I would be lying to myself if I claimed to have completely moved on. But that is not to say that grief doesn't get easier with time. Despite the sadness, I have found many things that bring me joy in life. It is simply the nature of the world in which we live that even if one wished to mourn for an eternity, it would be a nigh impossible feat. Just look at this potted plant. Isn't it stunning?
It takes an honest and open mind to confront and conquer grief. You have indeed made progress.
Be that as it may, I shall leave the lantern rite stage to the youth of today.
Well, if you're sure.
Granny!
Hey, there's Yanfei.
Whoa,
I was waiting for her to
what's
show
everyone
up.
doing here? Did something bad happen?
Ah, and now we've spooked Yanfei. No.
Good God, we've been
Everyone's
talking for
just
so
here
long,
to
it's
give me
actually
their
the morning
regards for the
now.
holiday.
Oh, that's wonderful, I'm glad. Well, in that case, happy Lantern Rite, everyone.
Happy Lantern Rite. Oh, I just remembered that I have some, work to do at Yuehai Pavilion that I need to discuss with Yanfei. I haven't been able to find a chance until now. I will leave Mr. Dvorak in your capable hands. Cloud Retainer, Ping, we will be off for now.
Okay.
Huh? Does it have to be right now? Which case is this again? Hey, Ganyu!
It seems Ganyu still has much to learn when it comes to the art of deception.
What a pity. She has learned nothing of one's ability to carry a conversation.
Uh-huh. I think she learned
Since it's been
perfectly
so
well
long,
from
Cloud
you.
Retainer, why don't you stay? I'll make a cup of tea and we can chat a while.
Gladly. This was one's intention as well.
When you next see the Fontaine musician, please give him my regards. I'd like to wish him the very best with the concert.
You got it, Madam Ping.
Thank you all. I think you've listened to enough of my nattering for one day. As for that melody, I will play it for you all another time. Goodness knows I need to practice it first.
Wow, that'd be great. We'll look forward to it.
When that time comes, wherever her spirit may be among the countless grains of sand and specks of dust between the harbor and the mountains, Perhaps she will look at the Liyue of today and steal a smile when she sees the prosperous land that it has become.
All right, let's go tell Mr. Dvorak the news.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Ping, what say you to convening more often in the future?
That would be quite wonderful. But I must say, after all this time, I've grown quite accustomed to the harbor. When we are to meet, I shall have to trouble you to make the journey to the city.
You sound just like Shenhe. The child is constantly telling one all sorts of stories from the city, as if one was partial to them.
Have you ever considered moving to the city, Cloud Retainer? There are plenty of people here to talk to. I think you would find it quite the antidote to the monotony of solitude. And if you looked around, I suspect you would find some young minds with an interest in the mechanical arts. Some of them even worth training.
We shall see.
I need water.
Ah, and Kuching's here too! Thanks for helping set all of this up.
Welcome back. Did everything go well?
Really, really well. We found the person Mr. Dvorak was looking for.
Are you serious? I see. So the melody my ancestor heard was an Adeptus remembering her late friend? That certainly explains why it was such a powerful and poignant tune.
Huh. That's a really interesting first reaction. Guess that comes with having a musical mind.
I have to say, though, it's hard to believe that the fairy from the tale is now an elderly granny.
Oh, Paimon knows exactly what you mean. Normally, Adepti don't age at all. But Streetward Rambler, or Madam Ping as we know her, probably only became old because it's what she wanted for herself.
Madam Ping possesses vast knowledge and great wisdom. Whatever physical form she may decide to take, her mind and wits are as sharp as they come.
Yep, Kuching summed it up perfectly. That's exactly what Paimon was trying to say.
I think... yes. I must thank her in person. That can wait until after the concert, though. For now, I need to devote all my emotional energy to the performance.
Ah, speaking of, Madam Ping wishes you all the best with the music festival. Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that she'll stay in her usual spot, but listen to the performances from afar.
Wait, are you serious? Huh. Oh no, now I'm starting to get nervous.
Just ignore that information.
Okay, alright. Nope, another rehearsal is in order. Please excuse me, everyone.
Mr. Dvorak? He's already gone. Paimon wasn't even finished telling him everything. Before we set off on our search with Ganyu, he asked us about what music means to people. After our recent adventure, Paimon thinks we have a lot more to say about that now.
Please, share your insights with me.
Well, we found out that music can be used for good, but also for bad. It can make people happy and moved, but it can also be sad and bittersweet. And music is like a kind of memory written in people's hearts. It can put you in touch with feelings from a totally different time and place.
Good enough explanation.
It sounds like you had an eventful trip. Don't worry, I'm sure Ganyu will fill me in on all the details shortly.
Wait, does that mean you're gonna carry on working?
Mm-hmm. Just a few things to wrap up. All the groundwork is done. As long as everyone enjoys the festival activities, all our efforts are worthwhile. Happy Lantern Rite to you as well.
Whew. That should be
So
everything
many
taken
yearly
care of,
events
right?
to attend to once all
Oh,
the
no, wait.
nations are
Paimon
out.
feels like she's forgetting something. What was it? Oh, it feels like it was a while ago. Shoot! Latent... Wait, no. Anyway, fancy bamboo shoots! Jean-Lee said he wasn't in a hurry, so if we went now, there's probably still time, right? Anyway, even if we don't make it, it's not our fault. He could have totally picked them by himself. Ugh. Anyway, let's go check with him at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Wow, so lively. This is how a festival should be.
Alright, looks like we're almost done. I'll be waiting to do the minigames along with Toryu.
Wow, so lively.
For now, let's head to the funeral parlor and finish up today's story. Oh, Jinyan and Yunjin too. I guess this is how they'll shoehorn them in. And Hu Tao.
Mm-hmm. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da, oh! All right, let's take a break here. Oh wow, look who it is! Are you here to hang out with everyone's favorite funeral director?
Yes, I
Casually
guess.
practicing your rapping skills at the entrance to your funeral parlor? In broad daylight? Okay.
After everything we've been through, you don't see me for a hot minute, and you're back to being scared of your own shadow. We have all this open space, a clear view of the mountains behind and the sea in front. Not to mention we have several invisible audience members enthusiastically cheering us on. It's the perfect spot to rehearse.
Invisible audience members?
She's talking about the dead.
Gotta say, it took me a few days to get used to Director Who's way of talking.
Xinyan was pretty spooked too when she first got here. Just like when she sees a frog, but a giant frog with sharp teeth.
Come on, knock it off.
What's wrong? I've never seen someone look so confused before. Well, don't worry, because Director Who's here to explain it all. There once was a Fontaine musician who went around town on a mission. He came door to door for his iridescence tour, looking for acts to audition. With my words, Xinyan's chords, and Yunjin as our mentor,
we'll take the stage by storm with flames roaring and the whole audience calling for more.
Is that official, Pose?
For sure! The whole dance floor will be yelling encore! Encore! Oh, now Paimon's rhyming along. But when you say flames roaring, are you sure this'll be safe?
Yes, and
Oh, don't you worry about that.
yes, it will
I'm pretty
indeed be very
experienced on the
dangerous.
stage, and I've already informed the Yuhong of all the pyrotechnics we're planning on using.
Yeah, you got 2 pyro
Guess we'll just have
resonance.
to trust Xinyan on this one.
We're Zhong.
Oh, Zhongli. He took one of those fancy meal boxes and set off for the mountains. Said he wanted to pay a visit to some old friends.
Of
It's a real
course.
pity that he couldn't be around for this. As well as being a true connoisseur of traditional art forms, he's able to appreciate Xinyan's performances too.
Yeah, that's right. Matter of fact, he was the one who first invited me to perform here. To tell the truth, though, I never thought I'd really find myself rehearsing here one day.
Well, now you know. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is a great location. All of you are always welcome to come and hang out here, especially if you're in the mood to try something new. I can speak to that. Hu Tao is always full of fun surprises.
And jump scares.
Actually, Xinyan, I have some lyric ideas for your part. Do you want to go through them together?
Sure thing. I'm all ears.
Hu Tao
Traveler
rapping.
and Paimon, I believe
The
Zhongli
horror.
was heading to Mount Hulao, so make sure you're hiking up the right hill. When you see Zhongli, please pass on this message to him. It's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight, but I expect him to make time for the upcoming banquet we're planning. No excuses. You should join us too. It'll be a riot. If there's one thing I've learned from being a funeral director, it's how to throw a party.
How? Well, I don't see how they're related, but okay.
Okay, everyone.
filled
I
with
think that's a long
surprises.
enough break. Let's take it from the top, shall we? Miss Eunice, such a strict mentor. These breaks aren't even long enough to have a sip of tea. Well, you were desperate to get involved, and this is what it takes. If I gave you half the chance, you'd be sipping tea till nightfall.
Hey, how about I treat us all to some late night snacks once we're done? Hu Tao, what you craving?
That's the last thing you want to
How
talk
about
about
some
when you're in the
stir-fried
middle
filet
of
with a side
training.
of crab roe tofu?
It'll just make you not want to train and immediately go to breaks.
Where are we gonna find crab roe tofu so late at night?
We could always just go pester Masterful Chef Zhongling.
Yeah, where is she
Now I'm
right now?
hungry. All right, let's knock this out and then go grab some food.
She was supposed to be the first person we see, but it turns out she's gonna make her appearance last. Yeah, Hu Tao's advice is gonna fall on deaf ears. Because unfortunately for her, I am the stupidest hiker, adventurer the world has ever seen. I just brute forced my way to my destination. Injuries and risk of death be damned. Hello, Crowded Zaner.
Next on the agenda.
Ah, it's that device.
Paimon sees them! It's illuminated deer! And illuminated bird number 2!
Illuminated bird number 2.
A familiar face. Have you come from Liyue Harbor? How is the city nowadays?
Everything's great! But you know, if you're so curious, you can always go and check it out for yourself!
In fact, Mooncarver has been taking many walks on Mount Tianheng in recent times. I believe the sights of the city are quite familiar to him.
Zhongli! Here you are! We've brought the bamboo shoots you wanted.
Impeccable timing.
Impeccable timing.
Traditionally, bamboo shoot soup ought to be slow cooked for many hours on low heat. Using Adeptus arts to hasten the process is something of a shortcut.
Wait, that mechanism. Is that?
Indeed. Cloud Retainer kindly lent me her supreme cuisine machine.
Can we not just call it a cooking machine? Actually, never mind. She seems to take a lot of pride in her mechanical gizmos, so it's probably best if Paimon doesn't go changing the name willy-nilly.
I trust that you found the answers you were seeking during your recent journey?
I guess.
Excellent. The past should be remembered, but not overly dwelt upon. Our journey should be seen as a means to take on more from the world around us. When the bamboo shoot soup is ready, I must insist that you try some for yourself.
Sure.
Oh, Zhongli! Hu Tao told us to tell you something. She said, it's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight, but I expect him to make time for the upcoming banquet we're planning. No excuses! When she says performance, she must mean the Lantern Rite Music Festival. As for the banquet, she didn't tell us anything more about that, but she invited us to come as well.
As you can see, I have a prior engagement with 2 Adepti friends of mine tonight. Please, give Director Hu my best wishes for the performance. As for the banquet, since the Director insists, far be it from a mere consultant like myself to refuse.
Yay! Then we'll see you there?
Absolutely.
Rex Lapis, the bamboo shoot soup is ready.
Thank you. I will examine it right away. The appearance is exquisite, and the aroma rich and intense. The craftsmanship of this machine is commendable indeed. Since you came all this way, you should not leave empty-handed. Please, take some soup. It tastes most exquisite while still warm.
I got a soup. No recipe though. So that's
I
big in my
intend to
inventory.
reminisce with my old friends
Forever.
for a while longer. You ought to get back to Liyue Harbor. There is a performance you do not want to miss.
Had one known that Cloud Retainer was in possession of such eminently useful devices, one would have sought to borrow one from her long ago.
Yeah, she actually just invented this recently.
And yet, since you share my lack of enthusiasm for mechanisms and fine dining, it would have become a mere decorative ornament in your abode.
Not so. Had one had such a device to make up for one's lack of culinary prowess, Shenhe would not have had to rely on flowers and herbs alone for sustenance while under one's care.
In that case, shall we rendezvous with Cloud Retainer one day soon, and request to borrow one more Supreme Cuisine machine?
Yeah.
A fine idea. A fine idea indeed.
But geez, all the way over here. Cutscene.
I'm honored to be here on the Iridescence Tour stage. All right, without further ado, I'm Xinyan, this is Hu Tao, and this is a little something called...
Jeez.
The Flame Lilies!
Hey, Changlang. So this is where they show up. The rest
Come
of
up
the
here
four
blazing
stars.
trails through the midnight sky, lighting
buzzing by, guiding your way to the afterlife, opening the path without a fright. Oh, I'll light the fire, watch it blaze across the universe. I'll spit my rhymes, watch your step, or you'll get burned. Hey, woo! Yeah!
Does anyone have any plans tomorrow? With another year
There's
behind us,
Vado.
I think we deserve a celebration of our own. My treat. Interested?
The Tianquan footing the bill? I can't miss out on that.
That performance was a 6 out of 10.
Master, listen!
May the year ahead be a blessed one.
I believe it shall be.
Master, the Xiao Lanterns,
Ha! Elementary. One shall fashion for you a Xiao Lantern the likes of which the world has never seen. And you must take it to Liyue Harbor to display its magnificence for all.
Listen! That must be Manaping!
That Zither sure can spit fire. I don't think Zithers can do that. To be continued. That seemed like the end for me. Hello.
Wow, so live.
Right. Well, I guess I can go do the single player stuff. That was all recorded, right? I hope so. I'll keep recording. There's still an epilogue. I'll go do Paper Theater first, since it's the one that's most nearby.
Okay, now I need to get a move on and write my next song.
Listen to you. You only just fulfilled one lifetime dream. Are you really thinking about your next goal already?
Don't try to tell me you ain't the same way. I bet you've already thought up a name for your next opera, haven't you?
You know me too well, Xinyan. The Adeptus Seeking Voyage. How does that sound?
Oh, man! Yeah, I can already picture it.
I've also got just the finishing line for it. I'll close with, and the celestial melody echoed through the clouds forevermore.
Thinking of the ending before the beginning.
I feel like the shell lanterns are burning even brighter this year. The show's about to start.
Now, how do I do this? I actually really don't get this puzzle. Oh, I get what I can do now. Righto, and where's the single player event? Weird.
We're way behind schedule.
Starfall!
What?
Is this an answer from this world?
I wonder if I could have just teleported directly. There sure are a lot of monsters around.
Out of the frying pan, into the
Rise.
nice and spicy.
Oh, okay, Taka. I like how the music fades in and out.
We're way behind schedule.
Alright, it's lunchtime. Just in time.